My kids. They're out front. Hey you, do you realize how many sperm cells were trying to get to that one egg? But yet you were the one that got to the egg first and fertilized it? You must be one special somebody. I hope you know that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Sweetest MC. Thank you so much for being here with me. Today I wanted to chat with you about the differences between self-care and self-love. I'm not a professional. Nothing that I say here is like say all be all. I'm just telling you things that I'm learning along my journey. And this may not be the most popular topic, but it is a very important topic because we're so hard on ourselves. We work long hours, we have pretty intense and constant movement in our lives, and eventually over time we're miserable because we keep beating ourselves up and we keep continuing that cycle. So then what do? So let's review the definitions of the two. I just pulled this definition up on Google, and it says that self-care has been defined as the process of taking care of oneself with behaviors that promote health and active management of illness when it occurs. Individuals engage in some form of self-care daily with food choices, exercise, sleep, and dental care. So self-care looks like it involves actionable tasks that we perform in order to take better care of ourselves, like exercising, sleeping, getting our hair done, pampering ourselves, taking a nice bubble bath, getting a new outfit, a new wardrobe, getting that massage, going to the spa. Those things, sometimes they're mistaken as self-love, but they're really self-care actions. Okay, so now let's go over what self-love is. So here, the definition for self-love, it says it is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. Self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others. Self-love means not settling for less than you deserve. So self-love is when you don't need approval or validation from anything external in order for you to feel good about who you are. Self-love is your acceptance of yourself and your belief of who you are as a person. Not what everybody else thinks about you or says you are, but instead what you think about you and you believe about you. Learning to self-love is starting with gratitude, having that deep appreciation for who you are, the life that you live, honoring the blessing and the gift that you have, which is your life. But I believe that understanding the difference between the two can be life-changing. So ways in which we practice self-care, like I may have mentioned, like going to the spa, getting a facial, getting a massage, exercising, eating healthy. Those are ways in which we can practice self-care. Now, self-love usually takes a bit more time than self-care because you can go out and do the spa thing in a day, but yet self-love, it involves de-rooting deep-rooted beliefs about ourselves over decades and years of our lives. So what are some things that we can do to help ourselves come to a place where we love ourselves and truly accept ourselves for who we are and where we are in our lives? One way that I found to be a complete game changer for me is affirmations, my self-talk. And I learned that from Marissa Peer. intentionally telling myself good things. So I started off by paying attention to what it was that was playing inside my head most of the times. And then eventually, after some time, I was more conscious of the things that I would say to myself in my head and the things that would play in my head. And so now it's like I can catch that thought that shouldn't be there. I could catch that thought that didn't serve me and replace it with something better, to help myself to come to a point where I am compassionate with myself, where I am more kind to myself and more loving, and showing myself that love that I know I deserve. And I learned a strategy from Lisa Nichols, which is before going to bed, what I will usually do is tell myself 3 things. One thing is what I'm proud of myself for. The next is what I forgive myself for. And the last is what I commit to myself. So for example, McLynn, and that is my name. McLynn, I'm proud of you for coming down here and recording this video, having the courage to do it, because so many people will need to hear this message. McLynn, I forgive you for not doing it yesterday because you were so nervous about doing it. McLynn, I commit to you that I will continue to put out content with the intentions of helping people to believe in themselves and to become that better version of themselves who they know themselves to be. So that's an example of what I learned from Lisa Nichols, and that has helped me tremendously as far as letting little stuff go, forgiving myself for them so I can move forward. And so those are 2 techniques that I use to help myself with my self-love. And no, we're not perfect, so there may never be a time where we come to love every single solitary aspect of ourselves, but the whole point is to just constantly and intentionally being more present to what we're telling ourselves, being more conscious of who we're being to ourselves in our minds and how we're treating ourselves internally. Okay, so self-love, it allows you to appreciate your development, your growth, and where you are in life. And so I think that coming to a place of self-love is actually life transforming. Because when you start to believe in yourself and when you start to believe good things about yourself, it's very different from needing external validations to allow yourself to feel whole and complete. Many of us grow up with the belief that we're not good enough. Like I said before, how many sperms competed to get to that egg and you were the one that won the race and fertilized that egg? So that means something, that says something about you. If you don't think you're special, you are. You have to help yourself to find a way to know it, understand it, and believe it. And that's what self-love is. So there really truly is a difference between self-love and self-care. So self-care is taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, and self-love goes down into the depths of your soul, your beliefs, having a vision for yourself, knowing who you know yourself to be and working towards that. So I hope this message serves you well. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much love.